The basic rule is, if in doubt, fall in love or kill someone, and something will change.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to West End Best Friend. And today we're talking to another very special guest from the cast of Mischief Movie Night in the Edinburgh Fringe. It's Dave Hearn. Welcome to West End Best Friend. How are you doing, Dave?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm very excited for you and the entirety of Mischief. You're heading down there, well, you're already there. You open tonight as we speak. How are you feeling?
Pretty good, strangely. I'm actually not on this evening. I'm watching the show this evening.
Right, okay.
But I'm still very excited for it.
Yeah. So you get to relax a little bit more tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because for anyone who doesn't know the concept of Mischief Movie Night, could you take us through why some of the cast may be just a little bit stressed this evening?
This movie is an improvised movie live on stage. We take suggestions from the audience of a movie that they want to see. So we get a genre, a location, and then a title. It's not an existing movie, so we wouldn't do like Die Hard or something, but we could do an action movie, you know, set in a sort of hotel called, I don't know, Killer Rooms or whatever. And then, before your very eyes, we will improvise the entire thing in an hour.
It's an incredible thing to watch, and you guys have been doing it digitally on and off for the past kind of about a year ago now, or maybe a bit sooner than that. You were doing it online. Now you're getting to do it in front of people again. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, we're really excited actually. We have a character in the show called Oscar, or Emmy, depending on who's playing it, and that person kind of quarterbacks the show and calls scenes and gets suggestions from the audience. And Charlie, who's done that role a few times, when we were doing the tech yesterday, realised that she hadn't actually ever done it in front of a live audience. She'd only ever done it on the stream.
Right.
And so she's on Saturday, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was really strange, because she was just like, oh wow, I've never done this part of the show in front of an audience before. It's really nice to be back, and we're at the EICC, which is, I think, can open up to about 1,500 seats. I'll be very surprised if we sell them all, but it's a big venue and it's really exciting.
There you go. Well, people watching, it's your job to fill those seats. So if you get the chance, I can't recommend it enough. Even though I've seen a few completely different shows, I know that you guys never miss a beat. Now, what's also more important about this specific run is you're heading back to Mischief Theatre roots, aren't you? Back at the Edinburgh Fringe is where you started. Could you take us back to those days gone by of what it's like at the Fringe?
So when we started in 2008, I think we took the first show up, and it was called Let's See What Happens. And it was an improvised sort of, I don't know really, it was supposed to be an improvised play, but it was a kind of mismatch of lots of different ideas. And it was very, very small, and we kind of built very, very slowly from there. And our objective as a company is always to kind of keep coming back to the Fringe to make sure we had enough money. But in those days, we didn't pay ourselves. We did all our own flyering and marketing and stuff. And so I think the difference for us is obviously having the shows back in London and then the shows on TV and stuff. And it's been really great to kind of build that fan base. So it means coming back to Edinburgh feels, particularly after lockdown and everything that's happened, it feels really exciting to return to that. And we're talking about, doing the occasional Royal Mile gig and seeing if we can guest and chip into other people's shows and stuff. And it's just so exciting to have so many shows, so many companies, so many talented people here. And it's such a great opportunity for people to be able to just, perform their shows and get in front of an audience, which is really exciting.
Now, though, to talk more specifically about your show that you're a part of, Mischief Movie Night especially. So, as you said, it's an improvised movie, so you don't know what you may be doing each night. This leads me to think, how do you prepare for a show like that? How do you rehearse it? What is happening to be preparing for the audience that could give you absolutely anything?
That is a very good question, one that we're still trying to answer, sort of over nearly 15 years on. So we kind of hit certain points in the show. So we have an hour, and usually once you've collected all the information from the audience, that takes about 10 minutes. So you've actually got about 50 minutes to tell us story. So we'll try and do like the first 3 scenes, for example. And the way to prepare for that is to really focus on things like emotional connection and finding characters that you care about and that you like. Even if they're anti-heroes, even if they're unlikable people, we kind of want to follow their story. Yeah. And then depending on how confident we're feeling, we might the next scene we might set up a B plot, which is something that kind of runs parallel alongside to the main plot. And if we're feeling really cocky, we might set up a C plot, which is something that is nothing to do with anything we've heard about before. We basically just like pull the pin on a grenade and then try and put everything back together. It's kind of hard to rehearse anything after that first section sort of individually without running a whole show. But actually rehearsing improv is quite bad. It's quite crippling because you don't have an audience, so you don't really know what's funny, and you don't know like what bits you can sit into, so we kind of try and focus on telling a good story. But yeah, the basic rule is, if in doubt, fall in love or kill someone, and something will change.
An excellent rule, perhaps not to live by, but in improv, an excellent rule.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Whatever you have been doing in rehearsal, it definitely works. As a viewer of a few Mischief movie nights in the past online, they are hilarious, and it always works itself out in the end. Not in the way you'd expect, as you've said, but it always does work itself out.
Very true.
It's not the only show that Mischief Theatre are taking to the Fringe. You also have 2 new, completely original shows that I don't think you're kind of directly involved in. But could you offer any insight into the 2 other shows that Mischief are putting on at the Fringe this year? Yeah,
absolutely. So the 2 others are Mind Mangler, member of the Tragic Circle. Henry Lewis and Jono and Henry Shields have written it. But Hen and John are in it, and so Hen is playing the Mind Mangler and John is playing the Stooge, definitely not the Stooge.
What?
And it's an extension of the character that Hen kind of built during Magic, and trying to do mind reading and card tricks and all sorts of magic that ultimately goes wrong. It's one of those things where I watched it and I was like, yeah, of course it's funny, of course it's great, because it's Hen and it's John and Shields, and they've just done such a good job, and Hen knows that character inside out, so that wouldn't surprise me if that sells pretty quickly. And then Charlie is doing her one-woman show called Charlie Russell Aims to Please, and that show I'm very excited about. So the reason I'm so excited about it is because I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a show like it.
Really?
And yeah, it's very, very funny, very charming, incredibly moving. We've not branched out to doing something quite like this before, and it's really new and it's really different, and I would really encourage everyone to go and see both shows.
No, they sound really exciting, and it's great that you guys are trying so many new things as well, and really, as we said, exciting. So everyone watching, don't just go see Mischief Movie Night, see all the shows and see as many as you can at the Edinburgh Fringe. Thank you very much, Dave, for taking the time to come and chat to us here at West End Best Friend, and we wish you guys the best of luck with all 3 of your shows down at up at the Edinburgh Fringe in Scotland.
Thank you.